Happy Sunday, everyone. This is Emmanuel for History and Coffee with our On This Day series for April 14th. Today we are talking about April 14th, 1865, when President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., less than 1 week after the Confederate surrender officially ended the American Civil War. This made Lincoln into the ultimate martyr of American history and reshaped the Civil War memory-making process for many Americans. A white personal friend of Lincoln's, named Dr. Anson G. Henry, reflected on these events in a letter 5 days later. Let's take a look at this document. Henry writes, quote, "I feel that there is no selfishness mixed up with my sorrow. The loss of Mr. Lincoln will not affect my personal interests unfavorably." End quote. Now this makes him sound colder than he actually did in the letter, but that aside, this perceived lack of direct impact of Lincoln's death is striking. It is interesting to consider how the reactions of newly freed African Americans would differ in this regard. The direct impacts of Lincoln's actions in their life, namely emancipation, changed their lives dramatically. But how would his death change their lives? Many African Americans had not yet received the news of emancipation at the time that Lincoln was assassinated. For those who had, the person who issued this policy was now dead and the future was uncertain. For those who had not, such as the people in Texas who would not learn of their freedom until June 19th, perhaps they learned of Lincoln's death and the Emancipation Proclamation on the same day, or even in the same brief conversation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for the next edition of our On This Day video series.